Hello, welcome to another Learning Beyond Limits lesson. Let's talk about ratio, equivalent ratios to be exact. What exactly is an equivalent ratio? An equivalent ratio expresses the same relationship between two quantities, even though the numbers are different. Take, for example, this basket. In this basket, we have 4 carrots and 6 tomatoes. If we want to express this as a ratio fraction, then we can represent the whole like this. And because we have 10 items, we will divide the whole into 10 pieces to represent each item. Now, if we want to talk about the carrots to the whole, we're going to shade in 4 pieces to represent 4 carrots. And then we can use a fractional representation for that 4/10. Remember, we can use fraction to represent ratio. Now, we have 4/10. What if we wanted to write this as an equivalent fraction? What would we do? Well, we could look at our whole that we have up here that was divided into our items, and we can divide it further to see what the equivalent fraction would be. But we can't just divide the carrots over here. We have to divide the entire whole. So we're going to divide the entire whole so that we can see everything. Note when we divide only the carrot, we have 8 pieces here, but we want to see the big picture, so we're going to divide the entire whole. When we divide the entire whole, we see over here that we have 8 pieces right here. Now our whole is no longer out of 10. We're no longer using 10 pieces to represent our whole because we have in our whole more than 10 pieces now. We have 20 pieces. So now our equivalent ratio or equivalent fraction is 8/20. Now, how did we get here? Well, if you notice, our 4 pieces multiplied by 2 gave us 8, and our 10 pieces multiplied by 2 gave us 20. Note this line that we have here through our whole divided our entire basket into 2, and therefore it increased the number of what we had before by 2. So 4 times 2 give us 8 pieces of carrots, and 10 times 2 give us 20 pieces of items would be in our basket altogether. To find our equivalent ratio, we can multiply what fraction we have. In this case, if we have 4/10 and we wanted to find a different equivalent ratio, we could go 4 times 3 instead of 2, and that would have given us 12. And we would go 10 times 3 and would give us 30 instead of 20.